personally never in life want to see that girl again. It ain't no beef or nothing, but me and her energies, they don't mesh. I can tell you that now. And it's I paid $700 to sleep in this bed with you. Like, I came to sleep with you. So that's when I knew, like, oh, something's going on between Jasmine and Fallon. We pull up to the Airbnb. I'm like, oh my God, where are we? Like, it looked like the hood, you know. But apparently when she was tapping me, this is when she had her dress completely up, all exposed. And she was tapping me going like, patting on her kitty cat. I'm like, oh, okay. Tribe, it's Trinityyy with 3 Ys, honey. Welcome back to my channel. Listen, we're about to go ahead and do a story time. I just got back from Atlanta yesterday, but I don't know when this video is going to come out. But I just got back from Atlanta. It's going to come out this week, so I just got back from Atlanta the weekend before this week. Exactly what the light is giving, but I know y'all could see me because I could see me, and this just is going to have to do. If you're new to the channel, honey, stop right now. Like this video so it can look all cute. Comment down below so it can look all lit. And do not forget your notification bell so you can know whenever I'm posting my shit. I do real quick just want to say thank you to everybody who's been using my Gold Prez link and buying jewelry and getting jewelry under my link. I definitely appreciate that. And I also want to say subscribe to my Instagram, y'all. I just made a new Instagram, so I definitely need to get my numbers up. So subscribe to my Instagram. The link is in the description box below. So let's just jump right into this story time. Like I said, I just recently went to Atlanta. I went to Atlanta with my homegirl. We're not going to disclose any names in this story, so we're going to call her Jasmine. My homegirl Jasmine, I met her last year at this event, this lingerie event. We hit it off and we just like homegirls, you know, like we're not besties or anything. We're just like homegirls. Either way, she invited me to Atlanta because she wanted to go to the Botanical Garden. And I'm definitely into stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, we can go to the Botanical Garden. It just so happened that my cousin, my favorite cousin, my bestie, my sister, we're going to call her Renee. Let's just call her Renee. So right now we have Jasmine, the homegirl who invited me to Atlanta, and Renee. It just so happened that Renee's birthday is in October. Shout out to the Libras. I know it's y'all season. Or it was y'all season. It's Scorpio season now. Whatever. It was her birthday, so she was coming down to Atlanta that same weekend to celebrate, and it was like perfect because I haven't seen my cousin since my birthday, and my birthday's in July. So it was like, oh, we meeting up in another state, let me go ahead and do this, you know, like for real. So boom, fast forwarding, I get on my plane, everything is fine. I get to Atlanta. Now when I got in my Uber and we start approaching Atlanta, or we start, not Atlanta, we start approaching my Airbnb where we was about to stay. I kid you not, me and Jasmine kind of lightweight talked while I was at baggage claim getting my bags. She kind of was like, oh, I got something to tell you, girl. Like, I think she told me, like, we in the hood. I didn't really think nothing of it, blah, blah, blah. But for one, nothing against the hood. I'm actually from the hood. Trust and believe, I really am. But when I'm going out for vacation, when I'm paying for Airbnb and I'm going out of town, I'm not trying to be like in the hood. Like, what you mean? Like, I want to be up in the luxury. I'm trying to be where everything is glamorous. What you mean? I'm out of town. You know, this is a trip, you know? You know, like what? So we pull up to the Airbnb. I'm like, oh my God, where are we? Like, it looked like the hood, you know. The houses were not suburban houses. There were not townhomes, nor were there many mansions. You could tell exactly the environment you were in. I was in West Atlanta, right down the street from the HBCUs, Clark, Morehouse, and Spelman, which, if you know the area, you know that is in the hood. It's in West Atlanta. Like, it was really bad to the point where when we were trying to Uber to go get food or go do anything, More than one time, Ubers denied that trip and it found like a different driver. Like it was bad. And I know it was. When we left out of our Airbnb to go to Papa Do's, when I tell you it must have looked like they was doing a video shoot right next door, no cap. There was about 15 kids, little boys, middle agers, whoever on actual bikes doing tricks in the middle of the street. There was the four-wheeler, little ATVs or whatever you call them, doing tricks in the middle of the street. There was about 15 to 20 dudes on the porch. Like, when we was getting in the car, they was like, damn, what's up with y'all? Like, trying to talk to us. I said, look, listen, they was cute, though. They was cute. But you could tell where we was. So, boom, going back. So, the Uber's like, are you sure this is the right area? I'm like, yeah. The outside of the house did not look bad. And the inside, from, first impressions, just at a bird's eye view, it's not that bad. But when you start going in and dissecting stuff, oh, it's bad. But we'll get there. Anyway, boom. Get dropped off at the Airbnb. It completely, I just start... it really didn't register, and settle with me because it wasn't that big of a deal. I'm like, oh shit, we just talked about this. Yeah, we in the hood. I walk in the house. Now, when I walk in the house, Jasmine, I guess the people who were on the trip with us were Jasmine's family. It wasn't that many people. It was 7 of us total. So I walk in, and with me walking in the house, I'm automatically, for one, it's Atlanta. I'm on a turn up vibe. I had already been buzzed all that day before getting on my flight. During my flight, I'm still feeling good. Also, I'm out of town. It's like a little weekend. Let me be positive. Let me be like lit vibes. Like there's no issue. So boom, I walk in. I'm like, and they were like, I guess, taking pictures. Speaking of pictures, I got some pictures in the same little background. I use the same background. So subscribe to my Instagram. It's in the link below. But anyway, they were taking pictures or whatever. And so I'm like, hey everybody, hey y'all, as I'm walking in, nothing too friendly, but also not being rude, being very hey. They barely spoke back. Like, no cap, no joke. They literally just almost kept on taking their pictures. I think they spoke. I don't know. See, that was how bad it was. They were so unwelcoming that I don't know if they spoke. I would have remembered if they spoke, but I really don't think they did. It was like they kind of kept on going with what they was doing, taking pictures. I just saw, actually, I know they didn't speak, and if they did, it was just completely just poor. Because when I walked in the room, I just was completely in my mind thinking Anyways, on to the next move. I'm thinking, where's my room? Where am I going? So my homegirl Jasmine walks me to my room. I get in a room, and there's this girl sitting on the couch. I mean, not sitting on the couch, but sitting on the bed. We're going to call her, let's just call her Fallon. So as soon as I walk in the room, Fallon automatically greets me, starts talking to me, flirting with me. Obvious flirting with me. I walk in the room, she like, oh, hey, I'm Fallon. Boom, boom, boom. My homegirl Jasmine told me, oh, this is my friend, blah, blah, blah. But Fallon immediately started disclosing what was really going on. And what she said was, what made me realize what was going on was she was like, oh, are you sleeping in here? And I was like, yeah, I think so. I immediately said, yeah, because I was like claiming a room. So I'm like, yeah, I'm sleeping in here or whatever. And she was like, oh, okay. Because she was already telling me how cute I was, blah, blah, blah. And so she was like, oh, okay. So we are going to be sleeping in here. Oh, this is going to be fun for real. Saying stuff like that. Oh, she didn't say exactly that, but she was saying something on the order of that. So her and Jasmine are talking, and she's like, I paid $700 to sleep in this bed with you. I came to sleep with you. So that's when I knew, oh, something's going on between Jasmine and Fallon. Oh, okay, I get it. But it also confused me so much because of how Fallon was really on me like that. She was on me. You so cute. Ooh, you so thick. Oh, this gonna be fun. Oh, we all sleeping in this bed. All like that. So, boom. We in a room, awkward conversation, blah, 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 just getting acquainted. I change my clothes and we leave to go get some food. We went to this place called Pappadeaux's. Y'all, I'm just going to tell you right now, Pappadeaux's in Atlanta is so fucking good. Let me go ahead and backtrack a little bit. The reason why me and Fallon bonded so much is because we both kind of agreed on that. In the midst of the awkward talking in the room, she kind of just was like, do you see that? Or, you know, she mentioned them in some way. And I was like, girl, yes, I'm feeling the same way. It was kind of like me and her against the family. And it was like, and I will say against, because of how they was coming like at us. Like, it was just completely unwelcome. And I just told y'all they didn't even really speak when I got there. I pushed it past. But boom, while we in there getting dressed, while I'm getting dressed, we about to go get some food at Pappadeaux's. Once somebody comes in, she had the worst energy of them all, actually. Personally, never in life want to see that girl again. It ain't no beef or nothing, but me and her energies, they don't mesh. I could tell you that now. And it seems not to mesh with quite a few people, but that's her bubble. That's on her. Anyway, comes up in the room. Oh, no funny shit. When she said that, I already knew it was going to be bullshit. So what did I do? Turn my back and just start going ahead and messing in my suitcase, pulling out the clothes that I was about to wear. Girl, you're not about to get no attention from me because you're one of the people that blatantly did not speak. So, girl, what are you, like, what? Oh, no funny shit. The place that we got reservations for dinner, it was only for 6 people, and since it's 7 of us, I'm not too sure if they're gonna allow everybody, just blah 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 blah, basically indicating that there was an extra person, that something wasn't right here. And I felt like she was blatantly throwing shade, like me or Fallon wasn't supposed to be here. Like, you know, I didn't really take heed to that. Again, I'm telling y'all, I was already a little bit feeling good. I'm on vacation. Fuck this. I'm ready to see my cousin. You know, like, I could care less about really anybody in this house other than Jasmine. And me and Jasmine, we're not besties even. But, you know, I fuck with the girl. Girl, bye. She came in there and said that. So me and Fallon kind of just, you know, me and Fallon basically were against me and the other people in the house. You would have thought we was at the Bad Girls Club, the way that shit was rolling down. Boom. We go to Pappadeaux's. Even at dinner, the girl I just mentioned, we ain't even gonna give her name. The one who came up in the room real rude, just had a sister the same way. And who's calling me? People calling, so annoying. Anyway, but I was really observing the servers. Like, I know they are making bank. Y'all, I definitely need to move to Atlanta so I could bartend up there and just make the bag that needs to be made, honey. So anyway, we had dinner. Just a couple of shady things going on. Just for example, I can't remember everything, but I remember this. When the waiter brought our bills out, my appetizer was on somebody else's bill, and she immediately, I don't know what's going on. So annoying. Literally the lamest, cheesiest cornball vibe you ever want to be around. I don't know what's going on, but I did not have this. He put 2 of this on my bill. I did not have, girl, just really having a fit. And I'm thinking, oh my God. And it just so happened a server came around and I'm like, love, you made a mistake on our bills. You put my appetizer on her bill. Please fix it because she's bitching. I said something like, before she throws a bitch fit, or before she keeps bitching. I said something like that. Nothing really was said. That's not even like a big deal, but that's what I said. I felt like I needed to say that because she's just so negative. So me and Fallon were texting each other a little bit, like looking at each other, like, every time something happened, we was like looking at each other like, you know, blah, blah, blah. Mind you, at this point, Jasmine is not really feeling Fallon. Fallon is going out of her way to paint a picture to Jasmine's family like they're together, like there's really something going on. When really is like, she needs to stop because there's so much more to that. But that ain't my business. I ain't even going to go too much into that. At the restaurant, Jasmine wasn't really talking to Fallon. She was more so talking to me. Fallon seemed to have one drink and get so messed up. So she's being a little verbal. Nothing that I can too much remember, but it was very annoying to Jasmine. Blah, blah, blah. We go get in the Airbnb and we go home. Our Airbnb, I mean, not our Airbnb, we get in the Uber and we go back to the Airbnb. The person who picked us up from Papa Do's, super cool. I sit in the front. Jasmine and Fallon are in the back. And I'm just really talking to the Uber girl. And I'm just like, nah, I don't care nothing about, I don't even know. I'm just talking to the Uber girl. Apparently, while I'm talking to the Uber girl, some things were going on in the back. Fallon was apparently really trying to be nasty with Jasmine in the back of the car. Apparently, she lifted her whole dress up, had her boobs and her kitty cat exposed. What I know for a fact is Fallon kept on like tapping me. And I was like thinking to myself and also thinking out loud, like, what? Because I remember saying, what? But I turned around and she wasn't doing nothing. She just was like looking at me, looking all weird. I don't know what was going on. But 2 times she kind of tapped me with some like a little force. And I'm thinking like, girl, what is you doing? You know? But I just kept on talking to the Uber girl. I turned around both times, but nothing really was going on. I don't know what that was about. But apparently when she was tapping me, this is when she had her dress completely up, all exposed. And she was tapping me going like, patting on her kitty cat. Like, I don't know what she was trying to do. I don't know what she was trying to do or what that really meant. But it was like, I didn't catch on to it. I'm in the front. This is everything that Jasmine told me. Jasmine was not feeling that. And apparently, what I seen was Fallon laying on Jasmine's lap. But apparently, she bit Jasmine on her thigh while she was laying. It was a bunch of shit that went on in the back of that Uber that I don't know nothing about. Boom. We pull up to the Airbnb. Jasmine gets out. She has to go to the Airbnb. I'm not right behind her, but I'm stepping out of the Airbnb. I kid you not. About 40, 50 rounds. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, I start running towards, Jasmine. Jasmine's slow ass, putting the fucking code in slow. I don't know. She just wasn't reacting fast. But I know how to react. I'm from the hood. When you hear shooting and you hear bullets, you take cover and you try to get out of dodge. You don't be at no standstill. You don't move in slow motion or nothing like that. So I'm right behind Jasmine at this point, like, open the door. She like, girl, I am. Meanwhile, Fallon then closed the door to the Uber and has now refused to get out of the car. We open the door and I'm like, come on, girl, get in here. Like, because I'm thinking to myself, like, they shooting, get in here. What are you doing? So she finally comes in. When I say Fallon was pissed, Fallon was pissed. The surrounding of the Airbnb was not up to par. When I mentioned finer details earlier, the finer details of the Airbnb were there was a Kool-Aid stain, more than one, in the bedroom that we were staying in. Kool-Aid stains, whatever, punch, red substance, big on the floor, burnt holes on the floor. The baseboard of the wall had a couple of skid marks. Like, it was one of those things you had to, really look around and see. Other than that, the decor was nice. So are y'all getting this picture I'm painting? I hope so. Fallon comes back in the apartment. Back in the Airbnb, she's pissed. She's not talking to nobody. She's low-key on her phone, in the room. And so I'm playing, like, nice. Jasmine could care less. She like, girl, whatever. In the room, and I'm kind of like telling Fallon, I'm like, girl, you act like we shot the damn guns. Are you okay, babe? Jasmine left the room, so it's now just me and Fallon just started telling me like she's irritated, like this Airbnb is not up to par. She used to go to Clark, Atlanta, so she knows that area hands down. By the way, I just want to say, I definitely got accepted into Clark, Atlanta, but my mom would not let me go because it was too far. Anyway, back into the story. She's mad. She's in the room. She's changing, blah, blah, blah. Now, mind you, from that dinner, I already knew that I was about to leave that Airbnb. I already knew because it was already said that everybody low-key wanted to just be chill. My homegirl Jasmine said she wasn't going out. I wanted to go out. I wanted to get away from them. I could tell you that, not Jasmine, but I want to get out that Airbnb, and I want to get away from them. So I already knew I was about to go with my cousin, and it's just so turn. And my cousin was texting me like the whole day. As soon as I landed, she like, oh, like, where are you, blah, blah, blah. But I was getting adjusted and went out to dinner with them because I was with them, blah, blah, blah. So I'm telling Fallon, I'm like, Fallon, don't even trip, boo. We about to get up out of here. Because I knew she wanted to go. I was like, we about to get up out of here. My cousin want to go to the strip club, Gold Rush. They're doing this and that. We're about to link up with them. Don't even trip. Get dressed. Let's go. I said, come with me. I don't want to go by myself, but I definitely will. And I was like, so just basically come with me. She was like, oh, I was about to leave just like entirely. Now, again, Fallon went to college in Atlanta, so she knows people in Atlanta. So me and her both knew people. We could leave at any point. She was like, "Oh, I'm about to leave like entirely. Like I'm texting my friend. I'm about to leave. I didn't pay $700 for her to be acting like this towards me. Really, she was mad because Jasmine wasn't giving her no play, and she was mad about the Airbnb. That's really what was going on. And I told her, I was like, don't leave, calm down, just trying to calm her down, telling her to chill out. It's not that big of a deal. Just start getting dressed because we're about to leave. So I already bought a bottle of tequila. You know, that's my shit. And so I'm drinking, I'm telling her, let's take shots, blah, blah, blah. So she gets on the phone with her friend, and she's like, we about to go pregame with my friend. Her friend wants to go to the strip club with us. Her friend is the one who she was about to go stay with. So she was communicating with her anyway. So the girls on speaker, me and her kind of talking. So it's just good vibes. Jasmine did not come in and check on us. Jasmine did not do anything. It was me and Fallon in a room pretty much by ourselves. And everybody else was like just playing drunk Uno or about to start drunk Uno or whatever the case may be. So her and the girl are talking. It's already set in stone that we're about to go over to the girl's place. So we get dressed. We walk out. We leaving out the door. And they're on the porch smoking. Now, that's the only thing that kind of irritated me. Because, again, I wasn't really letting none of this faze me. Even this stuff at dinner, none of that, I wasn't really letting it faze me. Even though I vocalized that the troll who cried about the bill, and amongst other things, were her snooty attitude, for what reason, I don't know. She ain't even giving bougie vibes. Snooty attitude, I was, irritated with that. But I was pretty much good. Like, I was just, like, letting stuff roll off my shoulder. But that's one thing that did irritate me. When we were walking out of the Airbnb, our Uber was outside. We get on the porch. They smoking. I already told everybody I brought some goodies with me. So I wanted to match, and I brought some good goodies, basically. I already told them that. So for y'all to be on the porch doing all of this, just not even letting me know, to me as a smoker, or someone who indulges in that thing, that's disrespectful. Y'all are basically having a session without me. I think that was rude. I don't care if we was getting dressed or not. Jasmine should have came in that room like, hey, Trin, do you want to smoke? Or anything like that. So that just kind of, it didn't really piss me off. But I was like, all right, bet. Like one of those things. It was super dark on the porch. I'm not gonna lie. When I got to the last step, I kind of had to look a little bit before I kind of stepped off. So yes, it was dark. Fallon comes down the steps, and this is all I heard. I heard her ask, can y'all turn the porch light on when we come back or whatever like that? And I heard Jasmine answer her like, nah, just call us when you coming or something she said like that. I don't know. I just kept on going towards the Uber. What am I steady talking for? Let's go, Fallon. Like, we're leaving the house. All of this right here is, I don't know. I don't care about none of that. So, boom. I get up in the Uber. Fallon is walking towards the Uber, but I see that she's talking towards them in an aggressive manner. That's when I knew some words were being exchanged. I don't know what was really said, but she got towards the Uber and she put one leg in and she was like, nah, like, I just want to get my shit and I just want to leave. Like, I just want to get my stuff and I just want to go. And I'm like, Fallon, get in the Uber. I'm literally talking to her like this. I'm like, Fallon, get in the Uber. Let's just go. We're not dealing with them. Don't let them get to you. Let's just go. Don't worry about it. So she gets in. So pretty much, that's the talk of the night. What everybody said, what really tipped her off, it turns out the same girl who came in the room, mind you, the two girls that I'm talking about with the negative energy, the girl who took a picture and didn't speak, came in the room talking about reservations, and the girl who was at the restaurant complaining about the bill, negative. Both of these are sisters. We're going to call them the gross of the gross sisters. So, gross sister number one must have said to Fallon, this is what Fallon said. She was like, just use the flashlight on your phone. Like, you don't need to turn the light on, just use the flashlight on your phone. Now, in my mind, I can see where Fallon would get upset with that. From when we're not even vibing with them girls. So you saying anything on the level of being smart or anything like that would trigger somebody. But I also understand where they coming from. We are in the hood. We cannot be turning this porch light on. I get that. So I really got both sides. So we in an Uber, she talking about this on and on. We get to her friend's house, we talking about this on and on. We kind of letting her friend know what we're experiencing. We're kind of venting to her about what's going on back at the Airbnb. Mind you, it was good energy between the three of us. Everything was good until the friend of Fallon turns and says, usually I ain't no friendly person. Usually, if me, you were at a club and we went out and it was just you and her, I would be thinking to myself, like, why is this girl talking to me? I don't know this girl. Like, please stop talking to me. And so I kind of just looked and I was like, honey, I don't have to talk to you. I'm talking to the girl because it's her crib. I'm being nice. I'm being like I got some motherfucking manners and some sense. Like I was raised right. If I'm coming to your house, of course I'm about to be friendly with you. When she said that, I said, oh, honey, I don't have to talk to you. And she goes, no, I ain't talking about you. I'm just saying, she the nice one and usually I'm the mean one. I don't know what point she was trying to prove. I just felt like it didn't need to be said. And I felt like it didn't really sit right with me. It didn't sit right with me. Therefore, all conversation from that point on was minimized. I did not need to feel the need to keep on talking to that girl. But anyway, I even pushed past that. The vibes were good. We're pre-gaming in her loft. And everything is cool. All three of us is getting along like really good. And then I'm, preparing for us to go meet up with my cousin. I called an Uber. We get in the Uber. The Uber's driving in circles, blah, blah, blah. We pull up to the Cub. Now, the minute that me and my cousin laid eyes on each other, we really just embraced each other. Like, I have missed her so much. She has missed me so much. It kind of was like no one was there but me and her. When we first got in, she introduced me to her boyfriend and she showed me everybody who she was with. It turns out that I started kind of really hitting it off with her boyfriend's cousin. Me and him were kind of like flirting a little bit. Long story short, the girls disappeared. I don't know if they felt isolated because I wasn't really because I was talking to my cousin. I don't know what it was, but they left for like 30 minutes. A part of me wasn't even tripping because I was in good hands. I was with my cousin. But another part of me was like, we came together. Why is y'all disappearing on me for like 30 minutes? That's not cool. And my cousin also felt the same way. She was kind of just like, where them girls at that you was with? She wasn't feeling that. She was like, oh, they left you? Like, okay, bet. So me and my cousin, we just was my cousin was throwing money on the stripper. And all of a sudden, these two come up. And I'm like, oh, good to see y'all or whatever. At this time, my cousin like, we about to go. So I turned to them. I'm like, oh, ladies, I'm about to head out. I'm about to go with my cousin. Have a good night or blah, blah, blah. They're looking at me. They're like, oh, we going with you. And so I look over at my cousin and her boyfriends or whoever, somebody in the crew with my cousin was like, oh, everybody could come back to the Airbnb. We all can go back. So we're like, oh, okay. So we leave. We get to the parking lot. They have a 5-seater car, very small, a little compact Jeep, a very small Jeep, I will mind you. And they're trying to pack us up in this car. Like, they was really, really trying to, make it work. Like, no lie, they was really trying to make it work. And I was like, we ain't about to pack up in this car. I'm like, no, let's just go ahead and catch an Uber. We'll Uber there. And he like, nah, cuz, you gonna ride with us. And so the girl, Fallon, was like, let's pack up in here like we good. Like she's down for the cause. So she gets in the hatchback. I'm sitting on the guy's lap. Her friend's in the middle. Their friends or cousin or whoever she was, a stud, she was on the side. And my cousin and her boyfriend was in the front. We closed the door. Fallon's like, oh my God, this hurts so bad. I cannot sit in the hatchback. So she gets in the front with my cousin. So this is how we are. My cousin boyfriend's driving. My cousin, Fallon, me sitting on the boy's lap. Her friend and someone else. It's 7 of us in this fucking car. Y'all know we had to be on some drunk shit. But like I said, I told them, I said, let's Uber, because I didn't want to be packed up. But either way, we trooped it out. They were in Marietta, which is like, I think 20 to 25 minutes away from where we initially were. My cousin boyfriend was driving crazy. Now, it's not really crazy to me for real, because that's how St. Louis dudes drive. The way he was driving, that's how St. Louis dudes drive. They be just dipping in and out of traffic like they're on some sort of high-speed game or something. It's always like a showboating thing. I swear to gosh. Them dudes in St. Louis always be driving like that. But mind you, I don't like that. So I did start speaking up. I'm like, cuz, slow down, like, chill. Why are you driving like that? Everybody basically in a car saying that towards him. Fallon all in the front, acting like she about to throw up, screaming, oh Lord Jesus, oh Lord. Anytime we like anything, oh Lord, acting like she about to throw up, acting like she about to roll the window down, almost indicating that she was about to open the door in the middle of the highway. And we're like, hey, you need to chill out. Like, are you good? You need to chill out pretty much. So she doing the theatrics. Meanwhile, her friend next to me, she's actually getting irate. Just pull over. I'm not going all the way out to Marietta. Go ahead and let me out on the next exit. No. And so basically we like, Fallon had calmed down at this point, and it was just now her friend. We basically like, my cousin and her boyfriend and everybody who came with them basically was like, you're going to have to chunk up your L. You said you want to come, so you just going to have to catch your Lyft or your Uber from the Airbnb. Like, we're not stopping. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. We're not stopping. Like, that didn't make any sense. Mind you, the police was hot all on the highway. So that was what was really giving everybody anxiety. He driving crazy, police out. These two dingbats are going crazy. One is hyperventilating. One is getting irate like a wrestler. It was just like, what the hell is going on? Meanwhile, I'm just playing devil's advocate, talking to him, telling him to slow down, also calming these two bimbos down. Because at the end of the day, I brought them with my cousin, so it's like I need to kind of like, be that person to diffuse everything. Child, this one back here kept on going so much so my cousin started getting irate. She started getting completely upset, and she turns around and was about to go ahead and attack this girl because she was doing too much of the talking. She was actually being disrespectful. Like, yeah, y'all could have just did this, and see, exactly, just drop me off. This is what I'm saying. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I get where she was coming from. She don't really know us. We are going 20 minutes away. She probably was caring about the expenses of her Uber. And also, he's driving crazy. I get that. But you need to really calm yourself down. Because you wanted to troop it out. You wanted to come. You wanted to get in the car. You wanted to pack up in the car. So don't start with your being holy now. Like, no. You was all down for the ride. She get to talking so much so my cousin about to beat her ass. And I had to get in the middle of them. And pretty much, my cousin like, get her out of this car. Fuck it. Just get her out. Let's just put her out. Because the girl was like, I don't care what exit it is. I'll get out on the side of a road. I'm ready to go. So my cousin like, fuck it. Get her out this car. Now Fallon want to speak up. I really just think that it makes more sense if we get to the Airbnb because it's late and we just Uber from there. No. At this point, the girl needs to get out. We pulled over, and thankful for them, because even if it wasn't no gas station, they would have been left out on the side of the road the way that they were acting. Period. If not, it would have just been a fight, and we don't got time for that. We don't even know them. I don't even know them. I met both of these girls that day. Anyway, just lucky for them, it was a gas station. We pull over, and they get out. Fallon and me are talking because I'm telling Fallon, I'm like, I'm sorry, girl, but your friend is tripping or whatever. And I felt the need to do that because in one hand, of course, my loyalty lies with my cousin. I was never going to get out the car. But a bit of me was thinking that I should have because I was like, oh, I brought these girls. Like, I need to be loyal to them as well. I'm just a loyal person. If I come with you and we with each other, we rolling. That's what we with each other, And I came and I brought them. But while me and Fallon talking, my cousin boyfriend just irked off. He just pulled off. So they at the gas station. We don't know what's going on. We go back to the Airbnb. I wait like an hour. We settled in. We chilling at the Airbnb. Now, mind you, my cousin's Airbnb, oh, it was plush. Oh, it was nice. It was amazing. There was more than enough room. I could have walked barefooted if I wanted to. And that's where I should have been. That's where I should have been. That's where I should have been. Either way, I wait like an hour and I call. Because Fallon's phone was going dead anyway. So I call her friend. And I'm like, hey, I just want to check and see if y'all are good. You know, because I'm still just making sure that they good, you know. Oh, yeah, we're good. I said, just want to make sure y'all got home. Oh, we're not home. We're out and about. They was not out and about. What they were doing was going back to the Airbnb to grab Fallon's stuff. Now, mind you, Fallon didn't even want to leave her stuff. Fallon been planning to leave. This is not nothing new. She been planning to leave. So I told her, I said, if we still feeling the same way tomorrow, we can leave. I really didn't want to leave because I didn't want no static between me and Jasmine. Because Jasmine is my homegirl. She invited me. I didn't want to act, you know, like, I don't know. But I'm like, it's 4 o'clock in the morning at this point, or whatever time it was. I'm like, we should just wait till tomorrow. Let's just get our stuff tomorrow. And we're going to stay out tonight. We're going to spend the night wherever tonight. And we're not going back there or whatever like that. But low key, I was saying I did want to go back there because all my stuff was there. And I wanted to sleep with my stuff. Like, not saying none of them was still, but I also don't know none of them. I just wanted to sleep with my stuff. So, fast forwarding. It turns out she went to the Airbnb while Jasmine was asleep, coming in the room loud, storming all around, gathering her things loud at 4 o'clock in the morning. They asking her what's wrong with her. Now, all of a sudden, these unwelcoming rats, ooh, these unwelcoming people want to all of a sudden make sure she good. What's wrong? What's wrong? She ain't answering none of them. She must have put her stuff in the Uber and then came back in and sat on the bed, kind of like indicating like, she wanted to talk to Jasmine, but Jasmine didn't want to talk to her. Long story short, they never talked. She was in there. Jasmine said she was sniffling, acting all sad, like, girl, bye. Either way, I did not hear from her the rest of the trip. I tried to hear her up Saturday to see if she was good. No response, no nothing. So pretty much I got to do Atlanta all over again. If you made it to the end of this video, honey, you're a trooper. I love you so much. Thanks for tuning in. Again, don't forget to like this video, comment, subscribe, and share. Share with all your friends. Let them know what your girl is doing so they could go ahead and join the Trinity tribe. Because we're the lit tribe. And that's just it. Don't forget, never forget, how could you even forget lit things come in threes. But you knew that though. Love you guys.